I stopped using the service phone because look at the size of my phone. I think mine is 14, iPhone 14. So way more real estate over there in terms of display, much easier to see. And I love more and more ways. What's cool is that they gives you like 20-30 voices you can choose from. I chose, I think it's called Sarah. Very clear voice, you know. And like Google used to have this little thing where you can report, you know, crash, police, traffic. So like here I can well, I'm not supposed to touch it, right? So forget it. Yeah, because now I'm scared. Yesterday I spent probably, I don't know, 3 hours finishing the training and still didn't finish it. So that transportation network driver license training, it's like 6 modules and then the exam, and really boring topics, you know. So first was, yeah, about how to treat disabled people, how to talk to them, you know, how to work with visually impaired, partially sighted, you know. I learned a lot, you know, how you're not supposed to touch them. You offer your elbow, for example, when you ask somebody, hey, can I help you? Can I give you, you know, and so then they touch you. But you don't touch them first, you know. It's like very sensitive stuff, right? And then there was last one I remember I did was about, you know, enforcement. What's gonna happen if you basically don't behave. All kinds of actually useful information, right? So, and the one that was kind of like scary, though, I think the last part was about demerit points. You know, just kind of like a refresher, how many demerit points you get for different violations. And there was of course, you do quizzes while you do the course. Once in a while there's these quizzes, like this one had 6 boxes with the name of a violation, and then you have to match the demerit points, like 7, 2, 3, 4. And I also learned that interesting thing that in a regular vehicle you can get up to 15 demerit points in 2 years. If you get more than 15 in 2 years, then they take your license for 1 month, and then bad things starts happening if you keep you know, adding points. But as a livery driver or taxi driver, once you get to 10 demerit points, they take your livery, you know, your TNDL, so you cannot carry passengers after 10. So it's a more strict approach, right? And so yeah, I still didn't finish it yesterday. I still had half of one module left and the exam, and so I set the alarm for 5 o'clock today. Was supposed to do kettlebells, didn't feel like it. Yesterday didn't run either, so I'm being a bad boy this week. But I jogged Monday, and I think I did kettlebells Tuesday. Yeah, but nothing Wednesday, nothing Thursday. But at least I work, you know, at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I had lots of scaffolding, you know, so I work physically. So today is Thursday, so we have a third driver on, right? The part-time driver. So usually when that happens, he gets to play with scaffolding, and I'm as a second driver. Like we have the lead driver, the oldest, not in terms of age, but he was the longest out of us 3, right? Like first driver, then I'm the second, and this new guy is the third driver. And so basically whoever's newest gets the heavy stuff, scaffolding. And so that's what I find, that Thursday, Friday, it's kind of like a vacation for me, because I get to drive the big truck, as we call it. 5-ton truck, it's the big truck. And yeah, by the way, occasionally we get to pull a trailer, you know, with a pickup truck. I pull a trailer. I'm getting hot. And the trail is pretty long. Well, not that long, I don't know, 20 feet, 6 meters. And we were moving lots of scaffolding, and so they gave me a helper. And this young guy, I don't know, he's like 20 years old, very nice guy. And we were chatting, and he was asking me, do you feel okay pulling a large trailer like this? I looked at him because I wasn't sure, was he joking or was he serious? And he's serious. And I said, well, this is not a large trailer. I said, I used to pull, 60-ton RGN with, total of 10 axles, truck, trailer, Jeep, booster. And I said, do you know what RGN is? He said, no. And I said, so you think it's a large trailer? He says, yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable, going around corners with such a large, thing behind you. So yeah, so I have a valuable skill. I'm not afraid of large trailers. Who knew? I hate these. I hate these Teslas. They look like coffins. And they're silent. Silent. Sorry about that. Silent coffin. Oh, look at this. Nice. They put in new asphalt. And so yeah, I got up at 5, brewed some nice herbal tea, and sat down at my computer. And it shows me the total hours. It's been like 7 hours already, so it's not exactly like this, it takes time. They said when you do it in classroom, it takes 2 days. But what's interesting is that so far they didn't ask me to pay, when I created the account. And actually it turns out it's not the city of Calgary who does the training. They contracted with a third party. I think it's called Arise, like Rise and Shine. Arise. It's a training provider, and they give you the website where you go, but you cannot do it until they tell you. It's okay. And so when they sent me that email, they gave me the link. I went in. You have to create a free account, username, password, and then you can log in, and right away you see those 6 modules, and module 7 is the exam. And so yeah, in the morning it took me probably, I don't know, 10 minutes to finish the last module, and then it says exam, and I'm like, holy moly, do you want to do it now? I checked speeding in a construction zone. That's 2 tickets. Speeding and dangerous driving. Like, what's the rush? Like, my app is telling me you're gonna spend 10 minutes in traffic, right? So, well, now it's 2 minutes. So I don't worry, It's a good day, sunny, nice weather. Summer is finally here. I can see mountains occasionally. West is this way. I'm going south. And so yeah, the exam was 40 questions with multiple answers, not very difficult. I made some mistakes, but the passing score is 80%. So you have to get what, 36 answers right. I got 90. So basically passed with flying colors. I took a screenshot of the final screen where it says you passed, your score is this one, and they said email the training department, letting them know that you finished. And so I emailed them the screenshot, said, okay, please process my TNDL application ASAP, thank you. But today is already Thursday, so I was hoping to start Ubering this weekend, but that's probably not gonna happen, since I think they said 2 business days they need. So now they they're gonna issue the TNDL. And again, while I was training, the website kept telling me that I need the TNDL for each vehicle and each company I work for. So basically, if I wanna play with Lyft and Uber, I need 2 TNDLs, Transportation Network Driver Licenses. But for now, I'm not even sure. I think it's Lyft, because they never tell you anywhere like who applied, who submitted the application on my behalf. Was it Lyft or was it Uber? Because I applied with both, right? But I think it was Lyft because of the email address they used. Uber, I gave them a new address. So anyway, so I passed, so now we wait. Yeah, Waze is amazing. W-A-Z or Z-E, Waze. Some people actually never heard of this app, but it's more accurate than Google. And I also like Apple. Apple Maps became pretty good recently. And why I'm recording the video is because I have 2 interesting machines to play with. So I'm doing one delivery, and it's a stripping machine, or as my paperwork call it, and I'm not making this up. In the paperwork it says a ride on stripper. That's what it says, a ride on stripper. That's how it's technically called. I told this to the, you know, I couldn't find it at first. Like, I moved it before. This is my second time with this. This is my second time with this crazy machine. It's very sensitive. Basically you sit on top. It's like looks like kind of like a wheelchair, you know, for disabled people. And you sit high. It has 2 small wheels in the front, 2 big wheels in the back, and you have 2 levers. Same idea as a tank or an excavator, but each lever is like, one is here, forward, reverse, and so that's how you steer. And they gave me some blades. Oh, they're sitting over there. I didn't have time to show you guys the machine itself. It's already inside working. Basically, there's this broken plate restaurant and booster juice, and my instructions were deliver at the unit number so and so between broken plate and booster juice. But there's also an M&M food market there, but there's a red garbage container. And I asked the guy, because I saw right away that the sidewalk doesn't have any you know, doesn't have any ramp. And then there's one in the back over there. It's like, I don't know, 60 meters, you know, for wheelchairs. And so I asked the guy, I said, do you want me to put it on the sidewalk? And he said, yeah. And so what I did is, you know, because, you know, that's the advantage of having a tilt and load truck, right? So I just went like this back to the sidewalk and just lowered my bed right on the sidewalk and just drove it off. It's a very scary machine. It's very twitchy, you know, like because the front wheels are so small, it's very sensitive, and it goes left and right very easy. So you have to be very careful, especially when, you know, driving on a tilted surface and loading. I was afraid it would tip over, so I just backed on the bed and just put it right in the middle. Didn't even go too far, you know. Just put 2 chains in the back, 2 chains in the front, 1 in the back. It had like D-rings in there, which was good. Okay, so now my next will be exciting, because the next is a pickup, and I'm going out of town. You know, this is a treat going to Langdon, Alberta, which is east of Calgary, but not too far. It's probably like, I don't know, 30 kilometers. Oh, and as my luck would have it, so Booster Juice, you guys probably have it in the States as well. Booster Juice, that's my favorite store. Of course it's expensive, so I got two red sunrises. They were like $8 each. 190 calories, because I use my app Lose It to track calories, so it's 380 calories. That's good breakfast. Anyway, let's go to Langdon. Well, the route is created. It's 38 minutes, 42 kilometers. What is it, like 25 miles? 26. So a girl standing near Booster Juice drinking juice, and she was looking at her phone, and then an SUV shows up and she walks to it, gets in, and they drive off. So I figured that was either Uber or Lyft. Most people use Uber, but looks like a taxi because she got in the back. So hopefully one of these days my dream of becoming a taxi cab driver will come true. No, but honestly, I always wanted to try it, you know. I'm a very sociable guy, as you can tell probably, right? And that's one thing I hated about truck driving, is that you
turn right on Willow Park Drive Southeast.
You always, you know, alone, right? You're always by yourself. And then people start going slightly crazy. Okay, where are we going? Left.
Turn right on Willow Park Drive Southeast.
And
then turn left on Bonaventure Drive Southeast.
Right. Okay, watch for pedestrians. This sounds familiar.
Turn left on Bonaventure Drive Southeast.
Hold your horses. I cannot turn on the red. What are you talking about? Bonaventure Drive. I think I delivered here some food. Yeah, and again, Uber still does not allow me to deliver food. You know, sometimes when I leave work, if I leave usually like 4:30 or 5, right, I just go to the nearest shopping center, and I sit there for 10-15 minutes to see if there'll be any orders. And once, actually, usually it's, I cannot use Uber because they still consider me kind of like on probation. No, I mean, because they don't allow me unless my taxi license comes in. I don't know why. Should be able to deliver some pizzas or something, right? But no. But DoorDash is okay, still okay, but it's very slow.
In 300 meters, turn right.
So a couple of times I sat there for, I don't know, 30 minutes. Man, this road is awful here. So I would sit for 30 minutes, there's no orders. I would just turn off the app and go home.
Turn right on Southland Drive Southeast. In 2.5 kilometers,
Yeah, it's nice to drive automatic, you know. It's kind of like almost like driving a car. But like that kid said when we were talking about trailers, he says, "Oh, I don't feel comfortable pulling such a large trailer." He was also next, I think, another day we were together again. He was my swamper or helper, and he was also saying, "Oh, big truck," you know. We like for him, this truck was big as well, just like the trailer. Yeah, the weather today is nice, but it was getting. I was getting hot in that shirt, a very warm shirt. So I took it off, but it's only plus 14 Celsius, which is a bit chilly to walk like this. And my hoodie is all dirty, so it's sitting in my kitchen over there, waiting to be washed. Red sunrise. So basically my pickup is a forklift, like a nice size, you know, real forklift, not a tiny baby machine like I normally carry, but it's definitely over 10,000 pounds, so it qualifies as heavy equipment. Must use one chain, one binder on each corner. And in Canada, the chain cannot be 3/8, has to be, I mean, cannot be 5/16, has to be 3/8. Because there's a load limit, minimum load limit requirement for heavy equipment in Canada, and so the load limit on 5/16 chain is too low for this. But in the States, they don't have it. So in the States, you can get away with using a regular chain. Shoot, I have to get it. I have to get into that lane.
In 300 meters, use the right lane to exit right.
Well, hopefully somebody will go this way.
Exit right to Highway 2 North, Deerwood Trail.
So this what that was Highway 2 South. This is Highway 2 North. Yeah, so this is you know, a treat to get out of Dodge. I don't get these trips too often. Mostly it's all Calgary, but all over the place. You know, it can be 50 kilometers one way, can be 30. Typically it's somewhere between 20 and 30. So yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, heavy equipment. Yeah, so has to be properly secured.
In 2.3 kilometers, take exit 248, Glenmore Trail East.
Yeah, this window, man, just killing me. One of these days, I'm just gonna write up a list of everything what's wrong with this truck. Like this, for example. Yeah, it's very annoying. And then the mirrors are very shaky. Like it's hard to see anything because they're really, you know, vibrating. I think I stay on this Glenmore Trail because yeah, I have to get east. This place where I'm going, it's east of Calgary. And this thing has a jake brake. I don't know if you can hear it or not. Now it's on automatic setting, so as soon as I release gas, or rather the throttle, the brake applies. I always have it on because the guy who trained me says have it on because, you know, it saves on brake wear for the truck.
In 200 meters, use the right 2 lanes to continue on Heritage Meadows Road southeast toward Glenmore Trail.
Oh, and there's a huge, oh, there's a river here.
Continue on Heritage Meadows Road southeast toward Glenmore Trail.
Oh, I was here before. There's a Starbucks in there. There's a Best Buy. I think there's a Walmart. There's a Real Canadian Superstore.
25 minutes to Highway 797.
Oh wow, yeah, this is 35 clicks. And here we have car dealer area. What is this? Mercedes. Okay, we need east, Glenmore Trail East. I think I have to go straight. Yeah. That's Glenmore Trail West, like the access to Glenmore Trail West. That's east, so you see I'm gonna go straight and then hang a right and this way. Oh, the sign on the back of the truck says student driver, which reminded me that's how when they start training you, at first they don't even give you a trailer. You know, they give you a truck, just bobtail, and you drive in the parking lot, where usually all these small schools, you know, they just probably have some kind of an agreement with a shopping center management or something, and they just park their trucks somewhere in the shopping center. You see, that way west is very heavy. I'm going east. Freedom. We're passing that river now. Yeah, it's probably the Bow River. And I have a cruise control that works here. So cruise control is set at 81 kilometers per hour, so 50 miles per hour, because that's the speed limit here. Yeah, I don't want to take any chances with the law, especially since I'm paid by the hour. Like, there's no rush for me. Which is interesting, you know, when I was heavy hauling, quite often people would say, ah, it's okay, relax, you paid by the hour. You know, like if there was a long waiting time or heavy traffic. For some reason, many people assume that all truck drivers are paid by the hour, which is not the case. Yeah, local drivers, like I'm a local driver, so yeah, local drivers are often paid by the hour, but long haul are usually paid either by the mile, or I know some companies where they just give you a salary. Like I know one guy, He does heavy hauling, and no matter how many miles he drives, because he's so conscientious, they trust him. They know he does great work, and he goes all over the place, including, you know, far north, ice roads, stuff like that. And so they pay him a salary. Yeah, I'm following the guy that says student driver. So yeah, remember, first they give you a bobtail just to drive inside the lot. Of course, after you go through the inspection, pre-trip inspection, that one takes like 2-3 days, no, maybe a day. And then yeah, it's starting the truck, driving inside the lot. And the next step is like this guy, they give you a truck with, of course, with the instructor to go on some city streets, just so that you can learn, you know, the size, right? Because the size of the truck is very different than a car. So even with without the trailer, it can be a challenge for some people. Like, it would definitely be a challenge for that kid, my swamper or helper, who was saying that he does not like big. What happened here? The guy lost something. Who does not like big trailers, like 20-foot trailers. Oh, so now I stay on this for 20 kilometers. A red light camera ahead. Thank you, Miss Waze. The speed limit changed to 50 because it's a construction zone. Oh, look at this. This on the right, that's an interesting place. It's called FGI, Fort Garry Industries, and I see lots of trailers. I see a K-Whopper W9. I see some nice flatbeds, some agricultural trailers. Man, this guy just blocked my view over there. I love trailers. Love trailers. So the guy in the back is Western Star. Well, my red sunrise is gone. One beef I have with these guys, like, look how small the cups are, and there's no option. You cannot get a bigger size. It's the only one available. If you buy a smoothie, then they give you a larger cup. Just left the last set of lights, and the Glenmore Trail became this undivided, just 2-lane, but the speed limit is 100k, 62.15 miles per hour. We're just driving among some fields, and a big container yard up ahead. I'm just increasing my speed because I was at 80. The truck feels like it's gonna take off, like an airplane. left. Man, almost hit that bird. Oh wow, looks like it's a brand new road. Doesn't even have the lines. Alright, so I'm 20 clicks away from my destination, and in 10 kilometers I'm turning left or north. Guys are working on the left here. What are they doing? Oh, they're loading them over there. Oh, unloading. Oh, and here we already have yellow lines. Turning left on north on 797. So actually it's not Langdon. Langdon is this way. I think this is must be the actual town. So prices on fuel, 155.9 is gas, 159.9 is diesel, and of course that's Canadian dollars.
In 5.8 kilometers, exit to Highway 1 east towards Strathmore, Medicine.
So I'm 10 kilometers away. Also a freshly paved road. Speed limit now is 90, 56 miles per hour.
Exit right to Highway 1 east towards Strathmore, Medicine.
Wow, Highway 1 east. How many hours I spent on this one? So now I'm going east, but only 3 kilometers. Looks like we have a construction over there. With 50 kilometers per hour.
In 2.1 kilometers, turn right on Range Road 270.
I'm supposed to turn right. Interesting. But there's construction. Maybe it's on the bridge only. Yeah, it's probably just the bridge. Okay. Because otherwise I won't be able to I'm supposed to go this way. In 1.5 kilometers. And my paperwork says gas station, so I'm picking up the machine at the gas station. But there's nothing I can do. The road is closed. Well, if I pass it, I'll have to do some kind of a U-turn and find a local road. So what do we have here? We have a Komatsu PC290. Then we have a John Deere 6.1 PXI dozer, skid steer. What is it? Like a roller thing, and then 2 more excavators at the bottom. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I see, I was right. It's just the bridge. Yeah, so probably that's my, I see ESSO. Probably that's my
In 300 meters, turn right, then turn left. Turn right on Range Road 270, then turn left on Durham Drive.
So it's like a mini truck stop. It's like a little truck stop. People park over there. And there's pumps for cars, but also there's a big pumps for trucks that I just passed under. So there's a Burger King, couple of fast food places in there, and I see my machine. Doesn't look very big, but I got out of the way. So now we're just okay. Drop suspension, PTO on. Just move the bed backwards, and then we'll tilt it and go. The main thing is I forgot to call the guy, so I hope the key is there, because I cannot start it without the key. And then I'll just drive it here, and I'm gonna load it backwards because it's heavy in the back, so I'm gonna back on the bed. Gonna shut it down. All right, hold on. Let's see if I remember how to operate a forklift. Wow. One thing I like about forklifts is that there's nothing there's no hydraulic switch. You know how like in an excavator loader you have to, or skid steer, you have to activate hydraulics, right? With unless you push that button, nothing works. Like here, as soon as you start it, you see that's the big fuel island for the trucks. And that's my truck over there. I like this. It's so easy to turn. You can just do circles like this all day. All right, let me just center it properly. but it is heavy. You know, it looks small. Okay, so my frame is at second hole on this side. I think I'm a bit not in the center. I better raise the bed and then I can position it properly. So one chain, one binder on each corner. One more across the forks. Now I just have to find two locations in the back. But with this machine, like here, it's easy. It has those holes in the fenders, but in the back it's weird. It always takes me a while to figure out where to put the chains without damaging the machine. So that's how I do it. I just hook up to the axle over there, make sure that nothing is can be damaged. It seems like a solid piece of metal, and the same on the other side. Yeah, two chains on fenders, and then one I do, instead of using a strap like some guys would use, I just use a chain like this to go across, because unfortunately on this truck I don't have any D-rings. So, and all chains have only one hook. All the chains I have, so because there's slots. So like there's these things over here, right? But you see, this is perfect because the slots have two openings at 45-degree angle, and so I use that one. So it's pulling that way, you know, pulling that way towards the truck. So it also, you know, acts as another form of securement, because, you know, it is a heavy machine. Well, you know, relatively for this truck. So I have 5 chains. So I think we're doing good. Well, just set the route, 46 clicks. Wow, so I'm going west on Highway 1. Nice, on a freeway. To me it's kind of funny that most people don't use the word freeway, but they use the word highway. But you know,
In 200 meters, turn right on Durham Drive.
like
Then turn right.
for me, highway is like a two-lane, like any, you know, highway, right? Like a paved road. But it looks like freeway, tollway.
Turn right on Durham Drive.
There was a sign.
Turn right on Range Road 270.
The sign. This pump is not working. Please use another one. At least they put a sign on. You know how many times I remember in Dryden, Ontario. I'm coming in with this monster machine. Let's say, I don't know, biplayer, and I have a Jeep, a booster. So I maneuver my way between the pumps, and it's pretty tight. And I go to prepay,
Turn right on Range Road 270.
and they say, ah, that one is not working. Like, why there's no markings, no, you know, no letters? And they said, well, there was a,
In 200 meters, turn left on Highway 1.
we put a red cone in there, but drivers keep removing it because they just want to stop there, you know, to get coffee or something, and then they don't put it back, and we just got tired of always coming
Turn
out
right on Highway 1.
and putting it back. By the way, there's a scale right there, you know, it's funny. So we are right before the scale. It says vehicles over 4,500 kilos report to vehicle inspection station when lights are flashing. Now this will be interesting. This is, you know, again, I call it a freeway. Lots of doubles. One danger with these big trucks, this one and other ones, the mirrors sometimes can block. So you see, like situation like this,
14 minutes to Highway 201. Still be trail.
especially when there's a lot of, you know, crossing traffic, you gotta be super careful, because a couple of times, just like now, that gray truck, I did not see it until it was really close, because it was blocked by the mirror, and then it's blocked by this post, which is pretty wide. And actually I have almost the same problem in my Jeep Compass. A couple of times I went over the curb, you know, because I sit low, and it has these posts are also pretty wide in the Jeep, and if I turn, you know, I can go over the curb. Like in my apartment there's a sidewalk. Yeah, guys are hard at work, but those are guys sleeping or having a lunch break. Oh, there's no operator inside. Oh, they have a service truck in there. Probably somebody broke down. Now this way it should be faster. Yeah, 30 minutes. Because it should be a freeway. I don't know why I like the word freeway. I don't know. You guys tell me. What do you call this? So it's a divided highway, 2 lanes in each direction. The speed limit is, oh, check this out. I think it's a Challenger, like the yellow one, an old Challenger. Is that a Challenger or a Pontiac? Oh, Buick. I think it was a Buick. Now the speed limit is pretty decent, 110, so 68 miles per hour. You know, it looks like a regular highway you will see in the States, right? So this way, if we go all the way west and pass Calgary, we're gonna end up in British Columbia, because that's west. And if we go this way, we're gonna end up in Saskatchewan, or worse, Manitoba. You don't want to do that. And of course, if you keep going, you're gonna find yourself in the woods of northern Ontario. Like it stays like this about 50 kilometers east of Winnipeg. No, maybe 100 kilometers east of Winnipeg, and then it becomes a 2-lane highway, and then you go into the woods and you stay in the woods pretty much until Barrie, Ontario. But a nice picturesque drive in the summer, like weather like this would be good to go on that Highway 11, Highway 17. That's what this becomes, 11, 17 over there. But very dangerous. Always lots of accidents over there because, you know, because of constant driver shortage, right? So so they hire inexperienced drivers. By the way, coffee, surprisingly, I did not get free coffee at the gas station. You know, this was me, and you guys were using a forklift, and I just picked it up. You know, I would give you a free coffee, but $2.46 Canadian, so which is $1 US. I'm kidding. But now actually Canadian dollar is super weak. I was checking online because I'm dealing with a gentleman who wants to ship something, and I was trying to figure out, you know, the rate, convert Canadian dollars to US. So it turns out right now in June of 2024, 100 US dollars, oh, nice boat, Yamaha. 100 US dollars is 138 Canadian dollars. So now if I were American, I would be living here, you know, because going to all the auctions, buying shit, because the American dollar is so strong now, right? So you buy something for $100 Canadian, it's $68 for you, 65 US. And that's why, you know, when a dollar is weak like this, I remember, yeah, very noisy in here, sorry. I remember there was, when the dollar is weak, our dollar, there's a lot of buyers from US that come into Canada to, let's say, Ritchie Brothers and auctions and other auctions. And so there's a lot of used machinery going into US. But now it's very expensive for Canadians to buy new stuff in the States. So, and of course over here everything is tied to US dollar. Like I remember when I was buying my truck, you know, Mack, doesn't matter, because Macks are made in where? I think in Pennsylvania. Like all trucks are made in US, right? And so when you sign a contract, they put the price in US dollars. And I remember, you know, arguing with the sales guy. I said, so what is this? Why, you know, we're in Canada, why are you using US dollars? It's supposed to be against the law, I think, right? It's like kind of a, you know, you're in Philippines and you're using pesos, you know, or some I don't know, yen. And the guy said, well, it's tied to US dollar until oh, speed limit is 80. It's tied to US dollar until it goes on the conveyor line. Like once they create the VIN, and there's like the final set of paperwork is complete, that's basically, that's when the truck is born on paper. And so they fix the price. So let's say on that day, because of the price, well, the price is the same, but they fix the price and they convert the price to Canadian dollars and they fix it. And that's when finally you see